What mind-blowing, but simple, facts would satisfy a 3-year-old son's daily request for one fact before bedtime? There are pink dolphins in the Amazon River. There was an aggressive pink dolphin in the canal by my house in Louisiana. https://10com/news/pinky. The rare Louisiana dolphin is said to be mum to a pink baby dolphin / It's debated what the largest flower on earth is, but the two leading contenders Amorphophallus titanum, Titandarum, and the Rafflesia, both smell like rotting meat. This vile smell is used to attract flies and other insects that act as pollinators. I saw the Titandarum in person and can confirm the scent is awful. Think poopy stinky cheese. I feel kinda lucky to have seen it though, since it's kinda rare. I was staying with my aunt and uncle, and my uncle, who is a professor, woke me up at like 5 AM. All I remember was him saying it bloomed, and he made me bike like 6 miles to see it. It didn't seem cool then, but it's certainly a cool memory for me now almost 20 years later. Woke you up at 5 in the morning to bike 6 miles to see a giant shit flower. I don't know why, but this made me laugh so hard. Woke you up at 5 in the morning to bike 6 miles to see a giant flower. It's like the condensed version of my degree. If he's into dinosaurs, you could tell him that the T-Rex actually lived closer in time to us than it did to the Stegosaurus. This one gets better with age. Or 3-year-old may not care, but I sure do. Squids have donut-shaped brains, and their digestive tract goes right through it. So if they eat something too big, it can literally cause brain damage. Are you F with me right now? No, they are F squids' brains. Now, they said it had to be something big. There are more plastic flamingos in the world than real flamingos. This makes me want to create an army of flamingos to overthrow the monarchy. Sea otters hold hands while they are sleeping to not drift apart. He loves sea creatures. He will find this one fun. Sea otters also have favorite rocks, which they keep in a special pouch in their skin, and they will offer up this pebble as a marriage proposal. The longest recorded case of someone having the hiccups was 68 years. That might terrify a 3-year-old, though. For better effects, just wait for a hiccup attack, or pretend to get one. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland, and their national flower is the thistle, a mythical creature and a WWII, Scotland. There is a species of burrowing tarantula that lets tiny frogs live in their burrows. The frog eats pests that are too small for the spider to get, and in return, the frog is kept safe by the big ol' spider. This is pretty much how the domestication of cats went. Tiny frogs are tarantula house cats. I'm terrified I'll say this to my kid and he'll start bringing frogs in the house, cause he thinks he's helping. Yeah, he should bring tarantulas instead. Will be easier for them to live in the terrain. They can be just out of sight and out of mind. The banana flavor you taste in candy is the original banana. That species stopped being used widely in the 1950s due to a fungus on most farms growing them. There once was a trade agreement between a pack of dolphins and fishermen that lasted several years. The fishermen would give the dolphins a fish that they wanted, and in return, the dolphins would give the fishermen a fish that they wanted. I used to have squirrels that would trade peanuts for strawberries. One day I came outside to a huge pile of peanuts, and they had completely demolished my garden. I don't know where they got the peanuts, but I always imagined a squirrel out there with an iPad. One time I found cat food floating at the top of my fish tank. My cat was obsessed with the fish and I like to think he dropped in some food for them. More likely he just vomited in the water though. Vomiting is a form of dropping, I guess. The male emu goes around and collects the eggs that the female lays, painstakingly moves them all to a nest, then sits on them until they hatch. After they hatch he is their only caretaker. The mother isn't involved at all. Also, male seahorses carry their eggs to term in a little pouch on their bellies. Watching a seahorse give birth is horrifying. I think it's kind of funny. They look like they're jizzing everywhere. There are more stars in the sky than there are grains of sand on the earth, approximately 10 times more. Hippos excrete a red liquid that acts like a natural sunscreen. Scorpions can hold their breath for 6 days. Greenland sharks have a large amount of blubber around their necks because when they mate they bite each other violently. Wait, there are land sharks. Yup. And they are green. All the better to hide in the grass. Bananas are berries, as are grapes. But strawberries are not berries, as are grapes. And watermelons, pumpkins, tomatoes, pepper, chili peppers, eggplant, cucumber, zucchini, also avocado. Before he became president, Abraham Lincoln was a wrestler. He was also a vampire hunter. I have a running theory that Abe Lincoln, vampire hunter, and the man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot take place in the same canonical universe. I saw the title of second one on Hulu. Is it actually any good? Wombats poop in cubes. Both boys and girls used to wear dresses. It was only when boys got older they started wearing pants. If he likes the movies. Toy Story 2 almost got deleted on accident, and it was only saved because one of the artists was pregnant and working from home and happened to have enough of the movie copied to recover. Edit. To add to the second point, here's President Franklin D. Roosevelt. https Jordan 32 lim wordpress.com/2015/11/24/ Why is President Franklin D. Roosevelt wearing a dress / That last one is amazing. I hope that person got a real F big bonus. I'd tell him, if you want the movie back it's gonna cost you $20 million. Yeah. Except that is extortion and you'd be real F if you didn't have a team of lawyers to dig you out of that grave you dug yourself. Edit. A word. Okay, well then I'd say, if you want the movie back it's gonna cost you $20 million plus a team of lawyers to dig me out of this grave I just dug. Mantis shrimps are actually not real shrimps. They are completely separate from crabs, lobsters, and shrimp. They are their own thing called stomatopods. Most elephants weigh less than a blue whale's tongue is my favorite. This is such a fun thing to do with your kid. You are a great parent. Hope these facts entertain your son and provide good bonding time. Edit. Thanks for all the cake day wishes. Hope everyone is safe and doing well. Platypus don't have stomachs. I'm 30 and this just blew my mind. Now I'm going to have to research platypus digestion. What's the plural for platypus? What do you get when you put a platypus between two pieces of pastry? Platypodes. Because of the Greek roots of the word, I think. All of the other planets can fit in the space between the Earth and the Moon. Wow, really? Yup. Just barely though. Starfish don't have brains. No. This is Patrick. Termites in Australia by mass weigh more than humans on Earth. Nightmare fuel. A tortoise's shell is joined to its back. Turtles can breathe through their butts. Aluminum cans are made from the ashes of exploding stars. The element aluminum is only produced in the first few seconds of a supernova. Close bracket. So are all the heavy element, especially the ones past iron and nickel. Penguins have a small organ in their skull that desalinates water. Jellyfish don't have brains. If you lift a kangaroo's tail off the ground it can't hop, but he will not be happy. The average human produces enough saliva over their life to fill 2 swimming pools. You can hear a lion roar from up to 5 miles away. A baby spider is called a spiderling. A baby octopus is about the size of a flea when it is born. A small child could swim through the veins of a blue whale. Queen Elizabeth can't sit on the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones. The ruling monarch can't sit on a foreign throne, even if it's fictional. Nutella was invented during WWII, when hazelnuts were mixed into chocolate to extend chocolate rations. Squirrels forget where they hide about half of their nuts. Queen Elizabeth doesn't have a passport. I always was amused by the explanation behind this one. Passports in the Commonwealth basically say the Queen has decreed that this person is her subject and should be treated as such. The Queen doesn't need a document to say that, she just declares it herself. I always found that part funny as a Canadian. The official fine print on my passport essentially comes down to our Queen vouching for me. WWII pretty much says I know this guy. Don't worry, he's cool. And other countries accept that. The word Arctic doesn't mean cold, but rather comes from the Greek word for bear. Therefore, Arctic means bare place and Antarctic means not bare place, said it. It appears that I'm wrong. Numerous reliable online sources report that it was called Arctic because it was in the direction indicated by the Ursa constellations. The fact that the Arctic has bears and the Antarctic doesn't is merely coincidence. Thank you Reddit for ruining my all-time favorite language fact. XLIT. I asked my wife why would they name the Arctic after bears. She said because there are bears there. She also pointed out there are not bears in the Antarctic.